are differentiated in this version of policy 4244, which was originally received by this House on Senate. Sex is differentiated from sexual orientation because while sex refers to male and female only, sexual orientation refers to male, female, and lesbians, gays, bisexuals, and transsexuals. And may I ask the distinguished sponsor if we can confirm that observation of this representation, which will represent to his own interpretation, if it may be contrary, Mr. Speaker.
Again, I would repeat here that we are accepting the clarification made by the President as to deleting sexual orientation, so as to make it quite clear that we are referring to sex, not this issue.
Only male.
As far as I'm concerned, yes.
This presentation perhaps is no choice to be satisfied at the moment in that answer. But I would like to add, by way of observation, that this House Bill 4244 precisely espouses a philosophy that would undo so much of the sexual models of the Filipino. And that perhaps, obviously, this term sexual orientation was ordered deleted by the President or by the authors precisely because we could see an obvious indication of the odium of what should be repulsive to many of us, most of us in this field. But this field is there in essence, even if we remove the term sexual orientation. But
Mr. Speaker, I would just like to say that in response to my dear colleague from Palawan, that as far as we're concerned, we accept it because, we're always for economy, we're for economy of expression, and we feel that sex, age, religion, disabilities, political affiliation, and ethnicity is a more economic way of bringing about what we want, which is why we accepted the President's recommendation. And I would want to say, please do not bring anything else into this, that somehow this is a phrase that is meant to undermine a set of morals and morality, because there is no undermining. As far as more than 100 co-sponsors of the bill are concerned, there is no intention of undermining, our accepted values.
I cannot help being myself, Mr. Speaker, and saying these things. But to the mind of this presentation, this issue actually espouses a contraceptive mentality. At bottom, essentially, what HB 4244 would like to do is to promote a contraceptive mentality among the people. Am I correct? They ask me to distinguish sponsor.
I really don't know what you mean by a contraceptive mentality, Your Honor, Mr. Speaker. As far as all the sponsors are concerned, we are fostering what you might call a mentality that proposes or puts at a very high level the whole value of reproductive health. So the term contraceptive mentality, I believe, is in your usage a very loaded term that certainly none of us really spouses who signed this bill. So please do not put inferences in our minds as to our intentions in this case. So let's go back to what we really propose, which is to promote the reproductive health
my understanding of the bill. And these are from the bill itself. I think a lot of our members here appreciate upon a serious reading study of HB after coming forward. That the essence of this bill is to promote contraceptives, to compel the taxpayer to spend for contraceptives, and to compel government machinery to push contraceptives, and to make people think that they need contraceptives. That is my understanding of the essence of the bill. I would be happy if it's responsible that I to say anything to that.
The essence of the bill is free choice, free will. The essence of the bill is informed choice as to the mechanisms, the ways that one would want to pursue reproductive health and responsible parenthood. There is nothing in the bill that promotes compulsion, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor.
But I agree, Mr. Speaker, that contraceptives are integral. If we use the word essential, contraceptives are integral to this RH bill.
Well, I think, Mr. Speaker, that certainly, contraceptives are given as a choice, as a method by which reproductive health can be achieved and responsible parenthood can be achieved. And one of the choices that are given is the use of contraceptives. It can also be natural family planning, and so it entertains a whole range of exercises of reproductive health and responsible parenthood, including abstinence. Okay, so the whole point here is to be able to give Filipinos a freedom of choice on how to pursue reproductive health.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. But right now, this makes me wonder whether there is a lack of freedom at present, such as tomorrow, a new controversial divisive measure, such as HB 4244, just to give people a choice that they already enjoy. Because it is not prohibited to avail of natural family planning. Certainly, it is not prohibited to abstain from sex altogether, nor is it prohibited at present to use contraceptives. But what the bill would like to do, the difference, the new thing that this bill would introduce to change all the legislation, is not only to allow all of these possibilities, but to make contraceptives a duty on the part of the state to promote, to push, and to indoctrinate our population to contracept, which is, in final analysis, precisely what contraceptive mentality means.
Mr. Speaker, Your Honor, I think the bill has a number of aspects that clearly relate to the question of providing information to all our citizens, especially those who do not have access to this information in their daily lives. It provides education on reproductive health, and it provides a variety of measures, so that people can in fact practice responsible parenthood and reproductive health. So what the state is trying to do here is in fact to provide the grounds for freedom of choice. This is a bill that promotes freedom of choice. It tries to banish ignorance. It tries to banish the question of lack of access to some of this information. So please do not, this is all about providing the basis for the exercise of free choice on how one will in fact pursue reproductive health and responsible parenting. So I strongly disagree with your implication that this is a dictatorial measure on the part of the state. In fact, it's the very opposite. It is indeed a bill that in fact institutionalizes, promotes, and spreads the practice of free choice.
Mr. Speaker, on the surface, it would appear to be so. The proponents or those behind the RS bill are endeavored in presenting, packaging this RS bill as a pro-choice measure that would give people more choices. But what in fact is happening is we would compel the state, the motherland, and to the extent that people pay taxes, to the extent that the government depends on taxes. 80% of the population is Catholic. We would compel Catholics, even those who are strongly opposed to contraception because it is moral, to support, to finance this enterprise of buying contraceptives and indoctrinating our people that they need contraceptives.
Mr. Speaker, I would just like to refer you to Article 2, Declaration of Principles and State Policies of our Constitution. And here is what Article 2, Section 12 says, which the RS bill seeks to fulfill. First, the state recognizes the sanctity of family life and shall protect and strengthen the family as a basic social institution. It shall equally protect the life of the mother and the life of the unborn from conception. But beyond this, we also have Article 2, Section 5. And again, please read the Constitution. The maintenance of peace and order, protection of life, liberty, and property, and the promotion of the general welfare are essential for the enjoyment by all people of the blessings of democracy. By promoting their health and assisting the poor move up from poverty, the RH bill advances Article 2, Section 11, which says, and I quote, the state values the dignity of every human person and guarantees full respect for human rights, unquote. By promoting the health and welfare of women, the RH bill advances Article 2, Section 14, which says, and I quote, the state recognizes the role of women in nation building and shall ensure the fundamental equality before the law of women and men. And I could read more parts of our Constitution which the RH bill in fact tries to promote. And I would also like to say, that 2 decades of surveys document that the Filipino people are vastly Catholics or largely Catholics, favor the use of public funds for family planning, including the distribution of contraceptives. So, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor, please do not think that the Filipino people are against this bill. The Filipino people have been clamoring for this bill for more than 2 decades at this point in time. And I would hope that you would listen to the clamor of the people.
Mr. Speaker, at the outset, for the record, this presentation would like to say, I do not believe these surveys. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, the general welfare cost, or this mandatory, overbroad, motherhood statements that are found in many of the laws legally in the Constitution, can always be hoped to justify anything. But what is